TinkerCAD tips. Welcome back, everybody. This is going to be part 2 of our Valentine inspired heart shape box. And in part 1, we had gotten about this far with it. We had created the box top. As you recall, we had gone to Google, found ourselves an image, downloaded that to our PC. We went to convertio.co to change that from a JPEG or a PNG into an SVG, downloaded that back to our PC, and then we had come back in here, we had imported that and had begun making this. Now in part 1, we had made the lid part of it here, and as you recall, the walls of this are about 4 millimeters. It's 2 millimeter of outside, 2 millimeter of inside, so we have a little bit of overlap. And then we had inset this red part into the box top. So let's pick up where we left off. Let's go ahead and slide this out of the way. And for the time being, let's zoom in here. Let's go ahead and hide our box top. And let's use one of the new features that the great devs at Autodesk have just recently given us. We can selectively hide and unhide things now. If you just hit V on the keyboard, we get this. We can click on that. That's now going to be hidden. I'm going to hit V again, and we come back, and that's now temporarily hidden. Really cool new feature. All right, so in part 1, we had made another duplicate of this part of the box here, this flowery red part. This is going to become our box bottom. So let's go ahead and click on this. Let's change it to white. This is very similar to what we did before. Let's make the height of this 3 millimeters. That'll be our thickness. We're going to change this to silhouette to make it solid. There we have that portion of it. Now we're going to make a duplicate of that, so I can click up here or hit Control D on the keyboard. There we have our duplicate. Let's make the height of this. Now this is going to represent the height of the box, the walls of the box. So I'm going to go 40 millimeters with this. I want to make this inner line. And we're going to make the line round and 4 millimeters. That will match the box top. Now, unlike the box top, we want to put the opposing lip of this on the outside, and we're not able to do that by doing 2 different types of inner line objects. For this, we're actually going to have to cut this away. So what we're going to do here is we're going to select on this outer line, or this inner line portion here. I'm going to make a duplicate of that, Control D. I'm going to change that to a hole, and I'm going to change the height to 9. Now in the box lid, the difference between the 4 millimeter and the 2 millimeter part was 10 millimeters. Here we want to make this 9 millimeters in height, and I'll show you why. When I put the two together, there's a little bit of a gap there. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up a little bit. You'll see what we're going to do here in just a moment. So we have that inner line. It's inner line, round. Now, the line width here, normally we would make this 2 millimeters, but to account for a little bit of tolerance, I want to make this 2.2 millimeters. That'll provide a tiny little gap between the box lid and the box bottom so that everything fits together. Now, I've shown in other videos where if I simply now just try to group these together with a Control G, quite often we will sometimes get little remnants that are left over. So one of the things that I like to do in this situation, I'll show you here, let's undo this, is I want to make a duplicate of this whole shape. I'm going to hit Control D, and I'm going to simply change that to outer line. So now we're going to have an inner line and an outer line. I'm going to lasso select in here, and I'm going to Shift deselect this white part. So now I have selected just the two hole shapes. I'm going to Control G, group those together. Okay, we have that. Now I'm going to group all of this together. I'm going to select all of those. I have three shapes, which is the box bottom, the wall, and the hole shapes. And Control G. There we go. There we have our box bottom. Now you will notice you get these funny little lines here, but once you export these and go to print them, those lines will disappear. It's just an odd thing that TinkerCAD does. I wouldn't pay it too much mind. So let's bring our box top back into view. Gonna hit V again. Let's zoom in here. Let's select or click on our box top to make it visible. V to get out of that mode. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. Now I'm going to move this box top down onto this box bottom here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to hit W for work plane. Put that right on that edge there. I'm going to click on the top. I'm going to D to drop. Zoom out. I'm going to hit W for work plane, put it back on the default. Now to show you about the tolerance, I'm going to click on the top and I'm going to make it transparent. Now remember I said at the beginning that our box top had 10 millimeters in here, in the box bottom this was 9 millimeters, so we have a little bit of a gap here. And if we zoom in, you can see our little 1/4 of a millimeter, or our 0.2 millimeter tolerance that we have. That should allow the box top, when it's printed, to fit without being overly tight. Let's make that untransparent again. Now, on the box top here, this was done to be printed on a 2-color printer. What I would suggest is taking that box top, I'll make a duplicate of it here. We'll slide that over. I would suggest flipping this upside down, dropping that down to the work plane. Now, in order to keep those two objects, the red part and the white part, separated, right now they're just in a bundle group. But you want to select the two of those and export those as an OBJ file. You'll get an output zip file, and within that zip file will be the OBJ. And when you open that up in Bamboo or Prusa Slicer, you should be able to assign each object, the red part and the white part, to different spools in your AMS system. Okay? On the box bottom, of course, this is all just one color. You could simply export that as an STL and print it with the bottom facing down, just like it is. So, there you have it. Super simple way of making a really cool Valentine-inspired heart-shaped box for your significant other. As always, like, follow, repost. If you like what you saw here, drop me some comments. And until the next time, happy tinkering and happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Take it easy.